It's a while since I've said anything about writing in a foreign language, so I thought I'd touch on the topic again, especially for those who've recently found this channel and haven't watched the back catalogue. The reason I write in Italian, and I'm starting to do a little in French and Spanish, eek, is firstly because I'm a writer. I enjoy writing poems and stories, especially very short stories, often called flash fiction. These are stories that are frequently simply a moment in time and may not have a conclusion on the page. Second, it's a way to try to improve my understanding of the Italian language in a way that I'm familiar with. I enjoy finding words and phrases in the books I read and sometimes in the podcasts or the songs that I listen to, which I can weave a story or a poem around. They are my main form of inspiration. The whole point is this is practice. It's not supposed to be perfect. I don't mean that I don't try to get everything as good as I can in terms of correct use of the language, but if I make mistakes, I make mistakes. It's just part of the journey. Every time I use the same phrase or word, it gets easier to recall it in my active vocabulary. And finding the correct usage of these things is also a fun journey. I use reverso context a lot for that, where I can see a phrase used in multiple sentences and I can get an idea for whether how I want to use it is correct or not. My process on trying to get things as good as possible by double, triple and quadruple checking has changed quite a lot over the nearly 2 years I've been doing this. This is largely because I got a new laptop during that time and updated to the latest Microsoft software. So in addition to doing a quick search on Google Translate for options and using reverso context to go a bit deeper and clarify things better, I also get the translate function in Microsoft Word to translate what I've written into English to see if it comes back with what I expected to see, as well as doing a spell check to find out what are often my typing errors or my, oh my god, that's Spanish, not Italian, faux pas. Yeah, I deliberately used an anglicised French phrase there. Anyway, this is one of the best ways to find issues with verbs, because if the English is weird, I've probably got something wrong. Although that's not always the case, because Microsoft Translate is not good at colloquial. Yet. But I don't take anything Microsoft tells me without checking it multiple ways. Often I get suggested something that's simply the equivalent Microsoft rates higher on its algorithmic list, which doesn't mean what I've written is wrong. But I still make mistakes. Sometimes I realise them when I'm recording a piece. Other times I realise when I'm at the editing stage, and if I'm not on camera, which might require a redo, although I think I've found a way to manage that. I fudge around with finding the right sound elsewhere before resorting to re-recording the phrase, because that is always obvious. But not all things where they are not quite as grammar would dictate what I consider to be incorrect. What I mean by that is that even in English I will change sentences around if I need to. I do that in Italian as well, keeping my fingers crossed that it sounds okay. This is most prevalent in poems because the lines are so short anyway. In truth, everything I'm doing is an experiment, and even though I try my best to get everything right, I both care and don't care if it's 100% correct. And that's how it will always be. Okay, let's switch to Italian for a few other things about my writing in general. Molte delle mie storie e poesie sono nel genere che si chiama in inglese strano. Ho trovato un festival con il nome Stranimondi, che usa il termine weird, quindi finzione weird. Spesso le storie non contengono tutti i dettagli per i lettori di essere sicuro del significato. So che questo tipo di storia non è per tutte le persone. Molte vogliono avere un significato chiaro. Per me questo non è un problema. Mi piace indovinare il significato di qualcosa me stessa. Per questo La mia opinione è che gli ascoltatori o lettori dovrebbero decidere il significato delle mie opere per se stessi. Questo significato sarà diverso per tutti, secondo le sue proprie esperienze, le vostre esperienze. Non voglio influenzare questo significato. E questa è la ragione che non spiego le storie e poesie. E, bene, qualche volta non potrei spiegarle in modo comprensibile. Il mio metodo preferito di scrivere è di trovare una frase o molte frasi per darmi l'ispirazione. Secondo me non si deve aspettare l'ispirazione, perché quello è un modo di scusare la mancanza di progresso ed anche è una perdita di tempo. Ma dall'altro lato, il consiglio di scrivere tutti i giorni mi sembra sbagliato. È buono all'inizio, per i principianti, di sviluppare un'abitudine, ma arriva un certo punto quando questo non è necessario. Non scrivo tutti i giorni, ma quando ho finito di girare e modificare i video per il prossimo mese, ho una riunione con la scrittura e devo scrivere. Spero che vi piacciono le poesie e le storie sul canale, perché sono qualcosa importante per me.